Hey Cancer, this is the third take. I really am not sure what I'm being guided to do, but it needs to be something different. So I was using these cards and they just felt really dark. So it's odd. This is your weekly tarot for October 24th through the 31st, 2019. Not sure if you're going through like a, I don't want to say like a dark portal or something, but, or maybe some dark stuff coming back. This could be for you, Cancer, or the opposite party. It could resonate all or in part because it is a general reading. There is something dark over me, and I'm not usually dark. It feels heavy, and I feel like exhausted. So you're not alone. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I have the Ten of Cups. I have a happy family here. Success, happy family. Sometimes what we forget about that is that it is the end of a cycle, you see. So I don't always say that, but then we have the Four of Cups here. So in this happy family, there might have been something there that was right in front of us. There's a cup of love. See the divine reaching out, and this person is daydreaming. They don't really see it. So the Four of Cups is about overlooking something that could be right in front of you. It's also when somebody gets bored, you get like boredom because they kind of daydream about what they don't have, okay? All right, so Ten of Wands is the next one. Of course, we know that this is about burdens, you know, but this is the end of the cycle too, the end of a cycle of burdens. And then we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about, it's about confusion and like trying to weigh things out and being blind to all the information, but feeling like you need to make a decision, but you're having somebody is having trouble making a decision. Okay. Okay, then the Two of Pentacles is talking about juggling. So there's two twos. Twos is about choices. So we have juggling here. So could be relationships, people, situations, jobs. Could be juggling finances too, because you know pentacles are coins or dollars, stuff like that. So okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups talks about offering. It's somebody writing in. You know, it's like Prince Charming writing in, which I always like to say about it, with a cup of love, like an offer of love. And this, it looks like the most beautiful offer, the most precious offer. It's what every woman wants, the Prince Charming, to write in. With flowers or with, confess their love, right? Okay. So please tell us about the Ten of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. So we waited for this happy time, you know, we waited for good things to come to us in this marriage, in this family life, in this successful, maybe we felt like they were coming to us. And then there we have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords. So and that's about heartbreak, right? 2, 3. So I felt like that was coming for some reason because it was a happy home But sometimes that's the end of the cycle and something happens. It's like, now that we have this happy home, now what? And that's where that Four of Cups comes in. Well, I'm kind of bored. I wonder what's, you know. Okay, then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm just going to leave that thought that I had in my head aside because it wasn't very positive. Okay. Okay. So, Ace of Pentacles reverse talks about, well, not being able to make a start. You know, not being able to make forward movement, right? Not being able to move past well, this heartbreak. That's what it feels like, right? So, we're going to get one more. Tell me a little bit more about this. Yeah, not being able to make forward movement. This is the Chariot reverse. This is spinning our wheels and just being stuck. And it kind of looks like, even though I don't have swords here, that it's like, no, I have swords, I'm sorry. The Three of Swords, which is a heartbreak. But I don't have the worry swords, you know. But it feels like thinking about what happened. We were happy, and then we had things, good things happening, and then boom. And then we have, you know, so to explain a little bit more about this, we have the Star reverse. So the Star reverse talks about living in illusion. Maybe we thought we were happy. Maybe it was what people said would make us happy. Maybe we're all, maybe it's not just us either. Maybe it was the other person. And we all got there and went, whoa, is that all there is? I don't know. What do you think? And we can use this on a lot of different situations, whether it's relationships or jobs. It's like that grass is greener on the other side. If I can only make this much money, if I can only make, by the time we get there, we're already looking for the bigger, better deal. It's like not living in the moment. And when we can't live in the moment, we can't be happy in the moment. And there's something else here about maybe not being connected to ourselves, obviously, right? Or we wouldn't have felt that way. But being connected to ourselves spiritually, you know. So the Four of Cups says it's about overlooking those things. Why do we are bored? And I mean, in this card, these cups aren't even knocked over, or you know, we just, but still daydreaming about other things instead of being in the moment. How beautiful everything is there. Temperance is, this is about healing and, well, it's spiritual guidance. It's about balancing ourselves. So to me, this always speaks of balancing yourself so you know who you are. Like mind, body, and spirit. What was I missing in myself? You know, was I not loving myself? Was that what I wasn't seeing? Maybe I wasn't seeing that neither of us were, you know, or none of us were. So it could be family. I mean, this could be our families, you know, when we were kids, but usually we get the Six of Cups. But, you know, it's like looking at all the whole, it's looking at everything. It's just the way it feels. Okay, so the Page of Cups, well, it is about an offer of, like an apology sometimes, or a small offer of affection or love. So I want to go a little bit further before I dive too much there. Looking at the offer, the small offer of affection or love, or the apology. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I'll tell you what I'm feeling here. It's like maybe we take the small things people do and we run away with them and thinking that they're more sure than they are, or this is a bigger commitment than it is. it's kind of like we think other people should be really sure even when we're not. And then we blame them when it goes wrong. Why wouldn't they be just as confused as we are sometimes? I think it's not a reason to cheat, or it's not a reason to abuse. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm just talking about that maybe seeing things from both sides. The Knight of Pentacles reverse says, I don't know if I want to move forward, you know? Maybe I have doubts whether I can do this, whether I can build this, be this, accept this. Five of Pentacles says, you know, I'm always shut out. I'm always having to rebuild. I have financial loss. But there's a light through the window. Why am I feeling this way? What am I missing? You know, like, why? And, you know, it's like this thing of lack. You see, because, wait, let me get another card. The Lovers. So the Lovers talks about, you know, a really close relationship. It talks about love. I mean, it is a Gemini card. So somebody could be embodying this, but we want, you know, we get the Lovers, and then it's like, it's almost like something happens. We're all good, and then something clicks, and it's like we give our power away, and then we're mad at somebody for not being what we think they should be, but how would they know when we can't, having a hard time being what we need to be? Wow. But there's something in there that's happening here. There's something here. So we talk about the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this is a burden. I mean, if it's happening over and over, and we really try to do our best, and so we switch it up a little bit and go back in, have another relationship, and there it is. At what point do we stop and say, it's like this automatic thing. This is going, you know, releasing the burden, releasing the relationship, and going back into another and saying, okay, I learned enough, I'm going back in. But it happens again. Right? This is almost identical to what it was giving me in the other cards, the other two times. But these have just, it's a different feeling. I think certain people work with different decks better. So, the ability to see this, I think, can change our fate, your fate. And this is why. The major thing to do now, I think, is to stop any kind of automatic programming. Anything. Stop and just think about it, you know? Reaction. If you feel it and you do it, then look at it. I don't know, you can let me know. But there's something in here that we've been doing, that you've been doing, that a lot of us have been doing, that needs to be looked at. Even if we're not the quote-unquote offenders, we're still participants. So the Page of Wands reversed talks about, well, you know, you lose your initiative or passion for new relationships. You lose your passion in your current relationship. But why is that? Why is that? Why do we... I don't know if it's this vulnerability thing. Nine of Cups. Because this was your wish. This person was your wish. And you were probably theirs. So the Nine of Cups says, I don't want to give up, you know. Nine of Cups, a wish. the Nine of Wands is, I don't want to give up. But the Nine of Cups could also be, for me, could be some addiction, you know. The Nine of Wands says, I don't want to give up, you know. It's been hard and I'm on my knees, but dang, I don't want to give up. Two of Swords says, I feel like I'm blind here. I don't know where the truth is. What should we be doing here? How do we change this? How do we make better decisions? And what decisions are actually the ones we should be making? Three of Pentacles says, it's about apprenticing. It's about starting over with everything in our lives. Everything. Learning how to live our lives again from a different place. Not in the place of distraction. Not in the place of, I don't have this, so I can't be this. It's being in the place of, I think, gratitude. And then going from there. The Queen of Cups. Well, this is, this is water. The Queen is like somebody that well, Cancer, you're water, of course, so it could be any water sign, but it also could be anybody that, feminine energy, that is willing to wear her, or does wear her heart on her sleeve. That's vulnerable. But that's strong, and that knows how to handle herself, knows how to take care of the family, and the family is important. These things are important to her, and she doesn't hide that. The Sun says, well, it's everything, keeping everything out in the open. Not living in illusion. Not being in the dark. I think that talking about the fears, being able to have people that you can talk about the fears with. Because the sun also represents God. Did you know that? It's a masculine. The moon is like the mother, the feminine, like Earth. So, Mother Earth, So, truth and everything out in the open, we are successful when we can do that. Because then we could say, I'm bored, when we're not looking at everything. Why am I bored? Why am I feeling down? Instead of just doing something automatically to avoid it. Man, this is deep. Okay, here's the third 10. 10 of Swords. Because when we avoid things, doesn't it create distrust? It creates distrust in ourselves. We don't trust ourselves, right? Because we have to dig to even figure out where some of this stuff is coming from. 10 of Swords talks about betrayal. As the end of the cycle of betrayal. I think that we've been betraying ourselves a lot. And so, maybe that's what we're bringing to us, is people that are betraying themselves too. 9 of Pentacles, upright. That's a good sign, because this is building yourself first. Being comfortable being single, being comfortable in your own skin. Building your empire. Not being in a rush to have somebody else, taking the time and the pain and all of this to say, when I'm with somebody, do I give myself away? Because I just don't want my burden of my own self. And they do that. And we can't handle each other. We don't even know who we are. They are. How is that possible? Right? 9 of Pentacles. To me here, maybe it's time that we stop betraying ourselves and find out who we are and what makes us happy. What do we want to build? It's bigger than that. Maybe we came here to do something. What do you think that might be? Maybe it was to change the way we've been doing things in the past. If you had the resources because you knew how to create it, if you had peace because you could live in the moment, if you had a career or something you enjoyed doing, things would be different, huh? Maybe we wouldn't give ourselves away or try to have somebody fix us. And maybe we're not doing that now consciously, but maybe we are a little bit still. Two of Pentacles now. Let's talk about what's this juggling stuff about. Six of Wands. Juggling success? Let's get some more. That's a hero's parade. Juggling what we think we need to do to succeed. Queen of Swords is about, well, when it's reversed, it's about, you know, when she's reversed, if you upset her, she's just going to slash you with her words. But that kind of looks like we're juggling the light and dark sides of ourselves, isn't it? Or success parade, happiness, versus that dark side that wants to rip everybody apart, wants to tell somebody off. We juggle that. Right here in Temperance. Temperance is about balancing those energies. There's a big push on controlling our emotions. Emotions are important. Oh, absolutely. But controlling them so we don't come from a place of fear and vindictiveness when we're triggered. That's really important. And as air signs, we have to watch our mouths, our words. And I'm sure as water signs, you guys have, excuse me, you have your heart, you know, like they say, Cancer has a hard shell. You're kind of, and I'm not sure because I haven't, the Cancers that I know have been like friends. So I really haven't had a relationship with a Cancer, so I don't know about that dark side. I know that water signs can be manipulative, and they take the hurts and it's hard for them to release. A lot of people have a hard time releasing hurt. But it's like, for me, words are easy to release. If somebody apologizes, it's easy for me if I can talk it out. But that's me, you see. But people aren't good at talking stuff out, so that's something that I never really get. So maybe the emotions of people talking about their emotions for you. Embracing both sides, that part of you that wants to go after somebody, that this is part of you, and sometimes that's triggered, and that is normal. It's if we lose control whether that's normal, but everybody loses it sometimes. Embracing the light and dark will help us love ourselves more, believe in ourselves more, trust ourselves more. So the High Priestess says, yes. Yes. Follow your intuition. You have more knowledge than you know. Well, there's the moon, and we know that Cancer is about the moon, right? So, you're very intuitive. And sometimes when I really get stuck, I can, ask my guides or God or what do I need to do? How can I? Sometimes all it is having peace, That's all we can do because we can't have the answers why other people do things. But what we do have is knowledge of what's going on. The knowledge that something's wrong and I don't need to be here anymore, or I need to look at something. That's important. The knowledge of, well, there is always something under the surface. But the High Priestess has knowledge of the ages, knowledge like, it's like hidden knowledge. It's not the knowledge of, what a private detective would tell you somebody had been doing. It's knowledge of who you are. It's within yourself, but it's connected to all things. It's knowledge that people don't know you have, and it gives you extra power. And so by using that knowledge, maybe you can not only learn things, but maybe we can push stuff out there, change things with that knowledge, and still be soft, you know? Because we've accepted that light and dark side of ourselves. We've integrated it together because that's what we came down here to do, was to experience the duality. The Ace of Wands says your passion is not a bad thing. Your passion and your lack of passion sometimes are part of the duality. When Ace of Wands is reversed, there's not a new start, or it's delayed. There's always a chance to do something over or new, but if we redo anything, and with it, when it's with someone else or not, it is best to have integrated the lessons so we're successful this time, as much as we can build in the front, you know? And that's with knowledge, but there's this deeper gut knowledge, this peace, and that's where the High Priestess connecting with that will help get you connected there. But if you have worry going on, it'll block it. If you have addiction, that blocks it. So that's why they say meditation is so important, going for walks, grounding yourself. Because grounding, it gives you like a direct channel. You would think that would be like airing, but not grounding. But there's something about the grounding where makes you kind of more reflective. You know what you know. Something like that. It's real basic grounding, you know? So, Nine of Swords says, reverse, I want to get past the sleepless nights. I want to get past the worrying about my past, my future, my mistakes, what others have done. Yes. And this cycle is over because we have the 10 of Swords right here. Here's the 9. Here's the worry that's ending. And there's the 10, you know. And then here is the person that won't be compromised by money or loneliness because she knows she's complete, right? Knowing you're complete. That maybe that was part of what we came here to do, was to realize that we're complete. And then we can love. And then we have more to give. Knight of Cups talks about making a good offer, accepting a good offer. Then we have the King of Swords, but not from somebody that's not willing to give it to us. Not from anybody that's narcissistic. Not knowledgeable. I don't care if they show up as a king or not. You know, manipulation, whether it comes from a page or king. So the offers need to be genuine, of course, but you may have to, we're going through a lot of changes, and when our vibration changes, sometimes stuff from the old vibration may try to reappear. And if we entertain that, then that will maybe put us in both, and then the average may be lower. Depends on how much time you spend in your old vibration, right? So I would say no to the King of Swords reversed, the manipulator, but say yes to the Emperor. You see how that went? Okay, the offer of love. Well, I haven't had offer of love in a while, but I'm not taking that King of Swords reversed. No way. Not that master manipulator. But here comes the Emperor. And as long as he acts like an Emperor, proves himself to you, then maybe he's worthy of you. Just because he's an Emperor or King doesn't make him worthy of anything. That has to be proven that they're the right one for us. Four of Pentacles says, keep some things close to your chest till you know somebody. And protect yourself. Take your time. Slow and steady. Build your own life. 30 minutes, holy moly. Okay. Ten of Pentacles reverse says, leave behind the old legacy. Leave behind it. It's legacy reversed. It's not a good legacy. Leave it behind. Leave behind our old programming. Eight of Wands said, do it now. Don't go back there. This is reverse, no contact. Don't make contact with this anymore. Don't bring this forward with you. Not in your new life. Deserves so much better. Alright, a couple ancestors. We're going to do the art through the eye of the soul oracle. I hope that helped. Man, that helped me a lot. It really did. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do your reading tonight because it was like, it was weird. Okay, take action. The return of Satana. Take action. What do you think you should do? You know, the wolf is a wise, it's a really adaptable wise symbol. Let's get a couple more cards here. I think it's saying to take action on what you know you need to change and what you want your life to be. Start right away. You can take small steps. A little bit every day. Winter. Here's another wolf. Wow. Take care of your needs. See? It's time for you to take care of yourself. Build what you want. Winter is a time, remember we talked about the hermit where you get time away from people so you can find yourself again, you can reflect. Might kind of be what this is about. Let's do another one. Sun. So, and this is beautiful. Joy, success, and happiness. So, it is the time that, this is like the sun card, you know, being out in the sun. This is the second one you got. So you want to know how to be, I mean, we all want to know how to be happy. That's it. We just got to do the work. And once you tap into your high priestess more on a regular basis, you'll be able to feel when you need to do more work, because it'll feel like it used to, uneasy. You know, it'll feel irritated. You'll feel that irritated. Okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to meditate a little bit? Do I need to do Cancer's reading? You know, sometimes you need to create things, you know, garden. But this is saying, you take the time, take action to reflect. Go, just build what you want to build. Then success, this is success and happiness, okay? This is you creating this. You creating this. And that Nine of Pentacles, that incredibly strong woman that made her own way, or a strong man that made his own way without a partner. Because then when you meet the right person, you have to compromise anything. You don't have to do it because I have to move out of my house. No, you're already okay financially. Then it's all gravy. It's because you want to be with somebody. Because you really like them, not that, yeah, well, we had to move in together because of da-da-da. I mean, I've done that. And, you know, it wasn't good. So, it is time for introspection. It's time to forgive yourself, too. Love you guys. Have a great Halloween. Take care.